doing?
It's the Raiders opening.
No, it's not.
I could dream!
Well, that was fun. So what little gem are we looking at today? That would be Rugrats Scavenger Hunt that I did find in my backyard. My friend didn't lend it to me. It's more exciting if I lie. But yeah, the game today is Rugrats Scavenger Hunt for the Nintendo 64, but you would already know that if you can actually read, and you saw the title and you read it, but okay, I'm not making fun of illiterate people that can't read the title. They're beautiful too, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Barely a minute and a half into this thing, and we're already going off the rails. So before we get into this thing, I want to apologize in advance to the viewers and to my future self who's gonna have to edit all this monstrous amount of footage I'm gonna shoot, because the sun keeps coming back and forth out of the clouds and going back behind them, and it keeps messing up the white balance and the look of the footage. So I'm doing the best I can with the lighting I have here, but if it's a little bit jarring is the word I'm looking for. If the shots keep looking different to you and that upsets you, then too bad. I'm gonna do the best I can here. But it would be really nice if the sun would come back out. It's almost as if Mother Nature herself is trying to tell me not to play this. But I'm gonna do it anyway, because reasons. Oh man, you know, come to think of it, I'm having such a nostalgia trip right now. I haven't thought about the Rugrats in the longest time. I used to watch this show constantly back in the 90s. It was one of my favorite cartoons. 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 Cartoon. Cartoons. Cartoon. Cartoons. Cartoons. Cartoon. Cartoons. Cartoons. Yeah, because this guy has had the best luck when it comes to video games based off of cartoons.
I need a vacation.
So roll the opening credits. This game was made by THQ, rest in peace, and Klasky Skupo. Gesundheit. Thanks, bro. I don't know, guys. Right off the bat, something about this whole intro really unsettles me. It might have something to do with how realistic that backyard looks.
That's a boring game, Tommy. I don't know, Chucky. Maybe to win, you have to make everyone be bored. Silly babies. It's not a boring game. It's called a board game because you play it on a board.
I'm getting a feeling all this talk about board games is a bad omen for things to come. So it's very quickly presented to you that this game has 3 different game types. Yeah, variety. In value. We're gonna do Angelica's temple first, but don't worry. We'll get through them all. Because I'm into long-form torture. Looks like I'll be playing against the CPU because nobody else is crazy enough to sit through this with me. So the setup for this one is that Tommy's dad brings home these ancient Aztec statues and decides to put them on a table next to a bunch of babies. What could go wrong, right? Then Angelica, the tyrant that she is, comes over and knocks them all down.
Find all the pieces of the broken statue before Angelica finds hers, or you will be trapped here in the Temple of Cocobola forever.
Okay, I'm sorry. So the rules and objectives of Angelica's temple are actually as straightforward as they come. Basically, all you have to do is move around the board and find all the broken pieces of the Aztec statues that Angelica busted up before. I wish I could be a little bit more descriptive than that, but that's pretty much the meat and potatoes, ladies and gentlemen. It's the meat and potatoes. Actually, you know what? There is something I could say about this. Take a look, you might be able to figure it out. Maybe it reminds you of some other party-themed game for the Nintendo 64? Party, Nintendo 64, party, ring any bells? So, I'm just gonna be safe here and make sure that we're all on the same page, and that I was clear enough in my description by saying party, Nintendo 64, party, Nintendo 64 over and over again. You guys understand what I was drilling at, right? They ripped off Mario Party! No, I'm not saying that all rip-offs are bad. In fact, some can be just as good, if not better, than what they're inspired by. The advantage that any ripoff has over what it is ripping off is that it can take the content that's already there and possibly improve upon it. So yes, Rugrats ripped off Mario Party in a lot of ways. It has the board game setup, you have a little spinner dice thing to choose how many spots you want to move, but they missed one very important component which made Mario Party such a success. If you want to know what it's like to play Rugrats Scavenger Hunt, every time you play Mario Party, when you get to a mini-game, just don't play it. Just cancel or walk away from the TV. You just don't play the mini-games. That sounds fun. Yes, I know that having the mini-games would make it just a full-on carbon copy of Mario Party, but that would still be more pleasurable to play than this. Without the mini-games, all you're left with is this. And it's extremely repetitive and not fun at all. All you do is just keep searching around long enough until you or one of the other players completes their statue. It's so mind-numbingly mundane and boring. As irritating as some of the mini-games of Mario Party were, they look like a little slice of heaven right about now. They were necessary to break away from the board game structure, because if that's all Mario Party was, then you would have this. And you don't want that. I am so bored right now. It's too simple. It's too simple. Did they make this game for babies? Seriously though, the way that the game plays is so boring that I'm making up my own ways to entertain myself. Here's a game I like to call Where's Grandpa? Oh, where'd he go? Oh, where'd he go? Oh, he's a ghost. Oh, he's always disappeared. And even the novelty of playing Where's Grandpa wears off after a little while. Hard to believe, right? How about we just press random buttons on the controller and see what happens? What does R do? What?
Yeah! Here we go now. Yeah!
Okay, I think I've had my fill of Angelica's treasure hunting experience, whatever the fuck it was called. Let's go to the next game type. Pirate Treasure Hunt. Sounds snazzy enough. So the setup for this one is that Tommy's dad finishes making some ship model for his aquarium, which gets Grandpa excited enough to tell another story, or not. And this inspires the babies to play another game. That is quite possibly the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Why can't you do that? Alright, so Pirate Treasure Hunt, let's give this a whirl. Okay, got it, okay. Now, I've been breathing a little bit too much oxygen lately, but isn't this a little bit, you know, the exact same thing as the last game? And these bastards have the nerve to call it a different mode? Fucking liars! Pirate Treasure Hunt is the exact same thing as Angelica's Temple. It's the exact same. Man, this feels like deja vu. No, but not that one, because this one's a lot worse. It plays out exactly the same. You're on a board game, you have no mini games, you roll a spinner, you move around, you find stuff, and then you move on. They think they can trick me into thinking that this is a different mode just because it's underwater? Well, it's not gonna work. I went to school. Just because I try to drown myself, it doesn't make it more amusing than walking around. You know what I mean? I have no idea what I mean. Like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Sometimes I can go in certain directions and sometimes I can't. Sometimes I can look for sunken treasure and sometimes I can't. The rules always change. Now, I'm sure that there's some logical reasoning in the instructions for the game, but I can't be bothered to care. Well, we played the first two, might as well do the last one. God, I don't ask for much. Just please let this be decent. No, I was never the best at math, but if we at least get one game mode out of the 3 that's decent, that's a pretty good average, right?
It's mine, Philip! No, it's mine, Lillian! Mine! Mine! Mine!
game of the year.
Now look at what you babies did. You're sure lucky that Reptar lives in a messy zoic where it's messy all the time. What kind of mess, Angelica? All kinds of mess. A big candy mess. Candy mess? Eek! I don't know. I don't like messes.
Come on, Reptar, don't let me down like another recent oversized dinosaur did.
This is a candy mess, Chucky. Look, it's all kinds of candy. Let's go! I'm gonna get some ice cream. At least I'm not gonna slip. One small slip for me, one giant slip for babies. There's no such thing as a bad Reptar bar.
Why are all the babies Reptar? Where's chocolate? This sucks. This is the bare bone minimum of interactive entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. All I have to do is push A and occasionally move the control stick to change directions. The game plays itself more than anything. Oh, and that's just the gameplay. I didn't even get started on the presentation. Although the music itself is fine, why do the visuals make me feel like I've had a close encounter with the third kind? N64 was capable of some nice looking games, but this just looks unfinished. Why do all the character models have these blank expressions and look like they're staring into my soul? Why do Phil and Lil remind me of those creepy kids from The Shining? Why does Chucky's hair look like spaghetti having sex? Why are the babies dinosaurs? And above all, please explain to me why Silent Hills is cancelled. And furthermore... Gotta breathe. Gotta calm down. This game is so bad and frustrating that it's making me act all immature. I feel like I'm degenerating into my baby self, my baby state of mind. Maybe I should stop playing and take a little time out and go potty.